Hey everybody, here Dux, and we'll be talking about the Feral Druid, newest and latest. This is based on a level 100, so again, just know that the abilities are going to be matching that. So the first rank, three choices: Predator passive. The cooldown on Tiger's Fury will reset if the target dies with one of your bleed effect active. In case you don't know what that is, Tiger's Fury is an instant spell at 30-second cooldown, instantly restores 60 energy and causes all auto attacks and ability that you use to deal 15% additional damage to their full durations last 8 seconds. So you use this and you have basically 8 seconds to kill this thing with a bleed on it to get that extra 60 energy again. If you do it right, it can be really good. For me, I'm more of on the newbie side of druidism, especially feral. So I went with Blood Scent instead, which is your melee abilities in cat form have a 10% across the board increased critical strike chance on targets with a bleed effect. So all you gotta do is put a bleed on and then automatically you get that bonus. So really good. Honestly, between the two, I'm sure this one's probably slightly better, but again, you have to be really good at it to make sure that you time everything perfectly and have your bleeds not run out before it dies. And then the next one, Lunar Inspiration, passive. Moonfire is now usable in cat form, generates 1 combo point, deals damage based on attack power, and costs 30 energy. I did not want to spend 30 energy on Moonfire. Again, it could be good, but again, I did not need it. So I just didn't bother with it. Again, you guys can check it out. Maybe it's good, but again, with this, it was very, very good. So I didn't bother with changing some of those too much. Here, you kind of have a choice, I guess. Before you have the artifact, it was really difficult for me to do anything, period. Like, I died several times on one of the mobs in there, 3 times, 4 times, I think, something like that. And I had problems killing 2 targets. It was just like night and day difference between the before getting the artifact and once you got the artifact, then you became like God. So there's something there that maybe they need to tweak a little bit so that you're not so horrible to get the artifact, and then after that you become super fucking good. Between the two affinities, I started with Guardian Affinity when I tried, and I didn't seem to give me much of anything really. Yes, you get Frenzied Regeneration and Iron Fear, but I prefer getting Restoration Affinity because you get Ysera's Gift, which heals you for about 10k every 5 seconds. So it's significant amount of healing that you're getting from just that. Now, if you picked Renewal, like I did here, you have another heal on top of that, plus you're getting, every time you use a 5 combo point attack or finisher, you get an insta-cast healing touch. It's not a big heal right now. It heals you for about 18k, but again, as you level your weapon, as you'll see in my other video for the weapon, that healing touch will become almost double that, if not more, depending on how many ranks you get. So that can become quite so much that you might not need Renewal, and you might want to go for those 2 other ones, which I used to like Displacer's Beast, which is like the old one where it teleports you 20 yards forward, and then you get a 4-second speed buff of a 50% increase. So again, just depends on what you're looking for, really. But for me, I started Guardian, didn't like it, switched to Restoration, and definitely a whole lot better with that 10k heal. It allows you to stay in basically in DPS form and just kill everything. Mighty Bash, you still can get Mighty Bash, although you're not picking the tanking ability, which is, at least you get a stun out of it, which is good. You also have the other 2 choices that we've had before in WoD, which is your Mass Entanglement and Typhoon. Typhoon might be a good choice for PvP if you want to throw people off the edge or whatever. I really like Bash, but again, everybody's different on what they like. Then the next level, I picked Soul of Forest because I felt like I just was always lacking energy. I just never had any, so I picked Soul of the Forest, which what it does is a passive, and your finishing moves grant 6 energy per combo point. So if you put at least if you put 5 on there, so, you know, you're getting 30 energy back, which is not bad considering it costs you like around 40 to put it through, so you get almost everything back. This is pretty good too. Incarnation of King of the Jungle. It's a 3-minute cooldown. All improved cat form that allows the use of Prowl while in combat and causes Shred and Rake to deal damage as if stealth were active. Also reduces the cost of all cat form abilities by 50% and increases maximum energy by 50. Last 30 seconds, you may shapeshift in and out of this improved cat form for its duration. So you don't lose the buff if you get out quickly and get back in for whatever reason. But still, again, I was so energy starved the entire time, and again, this is the first iteration of the feral druid, so it might change. But right as we speak, I felt like I had no choice to pick this, no matter what. These two were. I tried this one first, Savage Roar. Again, a finisher, 25 energy, 1 to 5 combo points. Finishing move that increases damage done by 30% while in cat form. Lasts longer per combo point, up to 25 seconds, but 24 seconds. But just again, I just was running out of energy constantly. It was just too annoying for me to do that. I went with Soul of the Forest. It smoothened things out a bit. Then the next rank, we have Ferocious Bites that extend your duration of your rip by 2 seconds per combo point spent, which is one of your finishers if you don't know. So you go 5 combo points on that bad boy and put it on, and then it'll add 10 seconds to your rip if it's which should be your first move that you do as far as finisher, which put a bleed on the target. So you just extend it some more with that. But again, I just did not like this. I just didn't have enough energy. So I went with Loon's Guidance, which is a 45-second cooldown. Instant, immediately gains 5 combo points. So as soon as you put your rip on, or you can do it before that, but I prefer like opening with my rake and my shred and get my 5 combo points that way. Once I got my 5 combo points, then I actually use my rip, put the bleed on, and then after that, use that bad boy, get your automatic 5, and then use your Ferocious Bite. Before that, you should be using Healing Touch, but again, because Healing Touch will actually, depending on what you do, if you pick Blood Talents, which I should have picked, because Bloody Sash is bug right now anyways, but if you pick Blood Talents, your next 2 abilities after using Healing Touch are buffed by 30%. They deal 30% more damage, so you want to line it up so that those hard hitting abilities are used for those 2 attacks, right? So anyways, let's go back, because we were here. So again, you gain those 5, and then after that you gain 1 combo point every second for 5 seconds, so you get another 5 right away. So you press a couple of abilities and just keep an eye on your combo points, because you will basically just have combo points that you're not going to be using if you're not looking carefully at that. So remember that your Healing Touch, there's a new talent, not a new talent, but I don't know if it's new actually. Not as sure, but anyways, I have to talk about it. It's called Predatory Swiftness. Your finishing moves have a 20% chance per combo point to make your next Healing Touch, Entangling Roots, or Rebirth instant, free, and castable in all forms. So again, if you have 4 combo points on this thing and you use a finishing move, you have an 80% chance to get an insta-cast Healing Touch. So you try that as much as possible, especially if you're in health trouble, to have the 5 combo points. That way you're guaranteed the insta cast heal, and it doesn't pop you out of form. If you don't and you use it, then obviously you're going to pop out. So if you don't proc, so you want to proc so that way you can get your blood talent 30% increase without having to cast, which would be horrible. Like, outside of form, get back in form and hit 2 targets for 30% more. You would lose so much damage doing that, right? So again, Loon's Guidance really good, and again, the 45 seconds cooldown seems like it's always back up every time you need it, or just about. So really good one. I really enjoyed that. Again, I'm not saying that the other 2 are not good, but as long as I don't have enough energy to really do my rotation properly for leveling again, then I'm not going with those. Bloody Sash, like I said, is bugged. It doesn't work, and it definitely is needed, because the AoE for Druids without this is really horrible. And I hope that Blizzard is listening to this, because like Swipe on its own and what's the other one, Trash, are just doing absolutely nothing, and they cost a fortune of fucking energy. They should be giving a ton of damage, but they're not. And you got to remember too that most of the other melee classes have an AoE that they run through without having to do anything. happens, right? You press the button and it goes like a Remorseless Winter example, right? Or a Fury of Air. They just press that button and it goes for like whatever 10 seconds and it does like a little bit of damage, not a ton. But by the time that you finish your first target with single target, you go to the next guy and he's almost half health from just that AOE that you put on. Here, these guys don't seem to have anything, so it feels like this needs to be really good, or like you're really going to be screwed for AoE fights, to be honest with you. But you make it up in single target because you're freaking like one of the best so far that I've seen. I just down targets like it's nothing, and I don't have any health issues whatsoever in single target. So again, there's a little bit of something here to think about, and hopefully again Bloody Sash is fixed and then I can actually just try it, because if it's pretty much you basically have almost no choice to pick that, because if you don't, then you're going to be in trouble for any kind of AoE encountered. Moment of Clarity is not bad either. If you want more, like if you feel again that your energy starved all the time, well, this will help you a little bit feel a little less starved, because you're gonna get at least once in a blue moon at least three attacks that don't cost you anything to allow you to recuperate your energy. But you won't hit as hard, obviously, as if you had Blood Talons, because obviously Blood Talon will increase 2 attacks by 30%. Basically, every time you use a Lin Touch, which is every time you have a 5-point combo, or it could be less if you're lucky. You could also get the proc anyway. But again, overall, like I said, so far very strong in single target and pretty sucky, probably one of the worst in AoE. Besides that, well, that's about it for talents. Again, thanks for watching, guys. And again, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.